Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive. Daniel here. I hope you're doing well, and if you're not, I hope you are soon. Okay, and yes, I am back with another video on Heroquest, and I have a feeling you're going to be seeing a lot of Heroquest on the channel in 2024. As I said in my year-end review for 2023, I've been really surprised by how much I have been enjoying Heroquest, enjoying collecting stuff and playing the game solo with all the Axion quest and house rules and all of that kind of stuff. It's just been really fun, and I've been enjoying my time just kind of going onto Etsy and doing searches for DIY HeroQuest stuff. So I do have some cool things to show you here from the Quester's Caravan and the new official expansion for the Path of the Wandering Monk. And then some new DIY, or not DIY, but some new fan-made cards that are available called the Advanced Armory cards. And this gentleman sent me kind of a sampling of the cards, and these are all available on GameCrafter now. So let's take a look at some of this stuff and see what we can discover. So I know there's been a lot of unboxings of the Path of the Wandering Monk already, but and it's been said already a dozen times, but man, this is some really, really nice packaging. I'm usually not a huge fan of keeping packaging if I can shove everything into fewer boxes. But I think I'm going to keep this just because of how ornate it is and what a pleasant experience this is. That I said that in one of my HeroQuest videos, I believe that HeroQuest is a really fun game to unbox. The toy factor is kind of off the charts with this game, and especially with this new version. And they are continuing that with this Path of the Wandering Monk expansion. Just look at this thing once we get it open. And it's a really nice way to display your minis there. We have a male and a female monk there. We have this mysterious, no, not the path, but the reason you walk it. And this mysterious scroll here. Let's see what the scroll is all about. There's a tournament, First Summer Moon, Avoid the Wild. So the monks are on this quest to go on this tournament or something. And they want to be the best. The World's End Tournament. Warriors, heed the call and test your mettle for glory and gold. Man, that is so cool. It just does such a good job of kind of just reinforcing the theme and that toy factor. I love it. It is so cool. I was very, very pleasantly surprised when this showed up and how ornate it is. Now, the minis themselves, you can pull them out by pulling on this little tab here. And then here we have our two minis. They're kind of locked in here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using these. I might actually just keep these as a display thing. I don't know. I know that's kind of dumb. I have a couple other monk minis that I could use, but I really like just the way they look in here. And then if we pull this out, then we get to our cards here. And so these are the cardboard that changes up the game here. Cardboard is always great. So we have our two monk hero cards here, female and male versions. They are identical, except, that's interesting. Might be a misprint on the attack dice. The male monk has an asterisk, and it tells you here, when attacking unarmed, roll one additional attack die. And that should probably be on the female version as well. So probably just a small misprint. Maybe they'll correct that in a subsequent reprinting. We have our different elemental styles. So let's see. The monk uses elemental styles, martial abilities inspired by the elements of air, earth, water, and fire. And I wish there were more really cool dungeon crawl games using martial arts. I would love to see just a full-on kind of Shaolin versus Wudang, or some neat games based off of the kind of mystical kung fu, like the old Shaw Brothers movies, like Holy Flame of the Martial World and things like that. God, that would be so cool. But we have the different elemental styles. Using elemental styles, each elemental style contains two techniques that can be found on either side of its card. Once per turn, choose one technique to activate. After you use a technique, that elemental style is exhausted. The elemental style of fire cannot be used until you have exhausted air, earth, and water. So that's kind of like your ultimate. You have to kind of build up to your fire technique there. If there are no monsters in your line of sight, at the start of your turn, recover all exhausted elemental styles. So they're not like spells. They don't get used up once per quest. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's take a look here. We have our water style here. Is that right? Water, yep. So we have activate this technique on your turn to split your total movement roll before and after your action. So with this move, you can move some, do an action, and then move again. Very cool, kind of an advanced technique. I know some people already play Heroquest like that. After use, this elemental style is exhausted. On the flip side, we have Twisting Torrent. Let's see, that was called Tidal Surge. And then we have Twisting Torrent. Activate this technique when you take damage to cancel that damage. Okay, defensive technique. And then here we have our, this must be our earth and air and fire. So our earth here, we have Strength of Mountain. Roll 2 additional attack dice on an unarmed attack. So the monk is not going to be picking up a lot of weapons. That makes sense. And then we have Speak with Stone. Search for secret doors and traps as one action. Okay, so kind of a generic kind of searching action that allows you to tap into your monk's kind of sixth sense and get use their heightened perception to perceive what is around them. And then we have our air technique here, our Soaring Dragon. Automatically succeed when jumping over a trap. Okay, kind of very situational there. But we have our Eye of the Storm. As an action, make one unarmed attack against all adjacent enemies. This technique enables you to attack diagonally. Nice, so a huge kind of whirlwind attack all around you. And then finally, we have our ultimate kind of fire techniques here. We have Touch of Endless Inferno. As an action, inflict 1 body point of damage to any one adjacent enemy. The target takes an additional 2 body points of damage at the end of its next turn. So that's 3 body points of damage total, spaced over 2 turns. And then we have Burning Spirit. As an action, expel a beam of brilliant energy from your soul's core. This beam may be straight or diagonal and continues until it meets a wall or a closed door. Each enemy in the beam takes 2 body points of damage. That is awesome, man. You could clear out an entire corridor of little goblins or little minions using that. That definitely, the Burning Spirit sounds way better to me than Touch of Endless Infernal, but that's cool. I like that. I like that they have different styles, different techniques that they can use. And this whole packaging is just off the charts cool. They did a really good job with everything here. So let me put that back. Okay. And then let's take a look here. So I found this just doing some random Google searches for Heroquest stuff. And I came across the Quester's Caravan. I'll put a link down in the description below. The first thing you get is, I get this little envelope here. I'm not sure what it is. Let's take a look. This might just be some fluff, maybe. Huh, interesting. I don't know if this is for a game or what. We have the Broken Coasts here, the Gleaming Abyss, the Elven Republic, the Barbarian Freehold. Hey, maybe this could be used as a kind of a solo campaign map for playing some games of HeroQuest, some campaigns or something of HeroQuest. I'm really not sure what this is all about. Questing Caravans presents. Maybe they have some more information about this particular map, this particular world on their website. I do not know, but that's kind of cool there. Just getting little things like this is kind of fun. Can add to the experience. Now, these are 3 printed minis. So 3D printed minis with some new cards, and it's 2 clerics and a thief, I believe. And in the box, we do get our minis, and they come in these protective cases. Now, because these are 3D printed, they are very, very fragile. I don't think I've ever seen thinner, more fragile minis. So I'm not sure if I'm going to actually play with these or not. They do come with this case and some glue on there that you can keep them on this base here. But this is I believe this is this is an assassin. So this is an assassin mini here. I think these are companions. So there's that assassin. His daggers are very, very thin, but the thinnest parts and the parts I'm more worried about with these minis are the two clerics. They're hammers. The handles are so thin and fragile. Now I could probably spray these. I'm not going to paint them. I don't really care about painting, but I might spray them with some red spray paint. I have some spray paint that just about matches that color there. And then put a clear coat on top of that just to maybe strengthen the hammers a little bit because, yeah, those are really, really fragile. I've seen some thin plastic before in like Games Workshop, but man, that is so thin. So this is the female cleric companion there. And then we also have the male cleric companion. So 3D printed minis have really come up in quality recently. I know people are doing some really good work, and I think these look pretty cool. The detail's not amazing, but man, I mean, yeah, if you could print something like this at home, that's pretty amazing. I'm not sure. I don't really know too much about 3D printing technology. I do know that some of them are fragile. You have to keep, you just kind of have to worry about them a little bit more. There is kind of a warning here that says 3D printed miniatures are fragile. We appreciate your purchase. To ensure that your experience is the best, please take great care when unboxing your items. 3D printed products are not the same as injection mold. They will break. We have taken precautions on our end by adding strengthening additives to our consumables, following proper curing processes, sealing the item with a clear top coat, and extensive shipping protections. Okay, so handle with attention. Avoid UV exposure. Adding paint layers and additional top coats will help strengthen the item, and adhering miniatures to their base helps with reinforcement. So this is actually from customer service at b3d.com. So maybe I think this is, b3d.com is where I got them, and the line is called the Questing Caravan. But let's take a look at these cards here. And this is what I was most excited about, is just using these as companions here. So we have our male companion, our cleric skills. We have our female cleric skills, and then we have our assassin skills here. The cards are really nice quality. I'm very happy with that. I think the colors look great. The art is good. So we have, so this is actually a hero that you can play as. You are the assassin, trained in the art of sabotage and deception. The assassin uses tools and stealth to eliminate foes with deadly accuracy. Okay, restrictions: a long sword and plate armor, 1 combat, 2 shield, 6 life, and 4 spirit, or mind, I guess. Another brick wall. This skill may be used instantly on any one hero. They are now invincible to any attack or spell. Assassinate. What do we have here? This skill closes the gap to any monster within 3 spaces. Hero may roll 3 combat dice upon attack, cannot be countered. However, if the skill results in a kill, roll 1 movement die. If a 6 is rolled, your hero has been spotted and draws an attention of wandering monsters from the shadow. Okay, then we have tools of the trade here. Pot of smoke. Target monster is now blinded. Hero has the ability to redirect the monster's attack roll into any adjacent monsters. Oh, that's cool. Kind of causes confusion where the monsters can't see, so you can make them attack. And a short wick inflicts 2 body points of damage to monster on target space and 1 body point of damage to monsters in all adjacent spaces. So kind of like a bomb there. Very cool. So that's your assassin characters there. And then here we have our cleric. So you are the cleric, servant to the faith. You have been forbidden from using any weapons other than your starting tome sledge. Okay, so your hammer there, which cannot be lost, stolen, or destroyed. Additionally, its holy aura gives it an additional +1 to hit an undead foes. So we have your movement. And so the assassin doesn't have movement. Maybe the assassin was a companion. 2d6. Tome sledge, starting armor, none. Restrictions, starting weapon only. Okay, and then we have some skills here. We have bless. So use this skill to restore 2 HP to all heroes in line of sight, including self, or bless target hero or self with a +2 defense. All right, so some cool defensive powers there. Divine strike may deal 2 damage to any target within line of sight. target rolls 2d6 and damage is reduced by 1 for each 6 rolled. All right. Or the cleric may make 2 melee attacks this turn. And then also Tome of Resurrection. This skill allows the cleric to return any skill card from the discard pile back into an active hand for a single reuse, or resurrect any fallen hero in line of sight to 2 body points. That's very, very handy there. And then here we have our male cleric. 2255, 2255, the same. And I don't know are the skills. The skills are the same here. So we have Bless, Divine Strike, and Tome of Resurrection. So yeah, those are pretty cool. I think everything is really well made. The cards feel great, high quality. The minis look great. They're just very, very, very fragile. So be careful if you end up getting any of these. And I know they do have some other things on their website. One thing that I really enjoyed about this package was it comes with this, they're kind of trying to be, I think, environmental, and that's really cool. My wife and I are kind of slowly, well, she's doing most of the work outside, but we are slowly kind of turning our yard into a haven for pollinators. So this actually comes with some wildflowers that you can plant because they're called bee 3D. They're into bees, and yeah, we are too pollinators. So you get some cool wildflowers there. Save the Bees sticker. A nice little thank you card that looks like an old school Heroquest treasure card. And just another card with some information. So really nice packaging. I think they did a really good job. And you also get some super glue. Oh, interesting. A little, some quick start super glue. That's kind of cool. All right. So neat little package there. I will definitely be checking more of their stuff out to see if they have anything that can enhance any of our games of HeroQuest. So let me put this stuff back here. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at some of the Advanced Armory cards. And Advanced Armory is a line of cards that are created. I'll put a link to the website below. But there are a whole bunch of different decks. Tons of different decks. Probably 20 or something different decks of cards that all can enhance your games of HeroQuest in a variety of different ways. I was sent a sampling of some of the weapons, some of the Alchemist cards, and the Artificers Guild cards. There are also cards that you can play as the Evil Wizard. You can enhance the dungeon. You can make the dungeon more powerful. You can enhance monsters. I think you could also use those in your solo games to add a little bit of variety, to add a little bit of spice to each encounter. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting those. I don't have any of those to show you, but I did reach out to GameCrafter to see if they would send me any review copies, or if not, I'm just going to buy them because I think they look really, really cool. But there are dozens and dozens of these decks. Maybe too many. It might be an overabundance, and it might be hard to know which ones you want. I would probably start small. The Armory cards, which come with weapons and armor, those come in different kind of themed sets, like dwarven stuff or elven stuff. There are materials that you can use to enhance your weapons. The weapons have all kinds of different information on them. And then we have a whole bunch of different artifacts and alchemist shop. There are all kinds of different decks. You'll be shocked by how many there are. And as of today, as of the middle of January 2024, they are available on GameCrafter. And I'm not sure. I'm hoping they'll be available for other people outside of the United States, because I know that GameCrafter can be expensive. But let's just start taking a look at some of these random Armory cards. Now, I'm not sure which sets I have, and I'm not sure which sets of the weapons and armor that I am showing you, unfortunately. I think I just kind of got a sampling of a few different decks. But you get all kinds of different things, such as this alchemy belt. And now any of these that have these icons up at the top here, that just tells you how many times you can use this item. So this item can be used 5 times. So as an action, you can spend a charge. These are your charges. So the charges are represented by little things you might have on your alchemy belt. But you can spend a charge to attempt to craft a potion. Must be present at a workbench or laboratory and requires the ingredients needed for the desired potion. And I believe the potions, the ingredients are listed somewhere else. I actually haven't seen any of those ingredients listed yet, so I'm not sure exactly what they need. So this card definitely needs something else to really make it work. This tells you where you are keeping it on your body, so that's a belt, and then it'll give you a potion. We have a Dungeoneering pack. As an action, you may spend a charge, so 3 charges there, to attempt to remove 1 dungeon hazard tile. Roll 2d6. If the result is less than your body score, the tile is successfully removed. This is a cloak or a backpack item, so you can have one of these on your hero, and it helps you deal with traps. Here we have a lantern with 3 charges. As an action, you may spend a charge to light the lantern. While equipped, you may see normally in natural darkness. The light goes out when you leave the dungeon. Once all charges are spent, the lantern is discarded. And this is a one-handed weapon, and the wizard can use this. Okay, here we have a quarterstaff. It's a 2-handed weapon. The wizard can use it. It has 1 die for attacking, and it can hit anywhere adjacent to your character. So you will get a nice little map here that shows where you can target using these weapons. This scythe, for instance, 3 dice, 2-handed, and you can hit in those green squares there. So it's kind of a reach weapon. We have our Warhammer. Look at that Warhammer. It does 5 damage for attacking, 2-handed. You have a -2 to your movement because it's heavy, and then you can attack in those squares there. This Scorpion Axe. That is poison, I believe. I haven't yet downloaded the rule books that tell you everything that the icons stand for. It's 2-handed. It's good for dwarf. It's good if the dwarf is using it, and you can have 4 attack dice, and it hits in those squares there. The dagger. The dagger is interesting. Of course, it's one-handed. The wizard can use it. It can be used as a melee weapon, or it can be thrown as a ranged weapon. The wakizashi. If you have any other cards that have this particular symbol, maybe some skills or something, then you will get bonus attributes and bonuses to your attack and defense if you are using weapons of that set. We have a Morning Star, a spear, a double dagger, a goblin shiv, a katana, a trident, great axe, long sword, short sword, broadsword, rapier, the gladius, the broadsword, that broadsword. We have the falchion, the short spear, a mace, poison dagger, short sword, hand axe, spear, flail, battle axe, another rapier, the xiphos, the orc cleaver, the broadsword. We have the hammer, scimitar, goblin, another goblin shiv there, a dagger, longsword, and a double axe. So all kinds of different weapons with new kind of attack abilities and stuff. That's super cool. We also have some companions that you can hire. So we have a tundra wolf and a glade wolf. And then there you will have all of your stats for your companion and then what they can do to help you. So you can hire some wolves there to help you. And then we also have these sets. So we have half plate, plate boots, helmet, and pauldrons. And then depending on how you put together your sets, you can also get set bonuses. We have some cloth armor such as wool, hood. It's you can wear that on your hat, on your head, and then the wizard can use this once per quest. While this item is equipped, you may re-roll 1 defense die. We have wool gloves, a wool cloak, a wool tabard, satin gloves, another tool belt there. As an action, you may spend a charge to attempt to disarm an unsprung trap. A silk hood, a stoat tunic, plague mask, leather boots, leather pauldrons, suede boots, a leather hat, leather gloves. So all kinds of different cloth items there. And then we also have these items here. We have like a tower shield. So a tower shield you can use with a sword. It's an offhand weapon. That's what that means. You get 2 defense die, additional 2 defense die, but it's heavy, so you lose 3 on your movement. Same as that tower shield there. We have a chain shirt, scale helmet, a bronze round shield, wood longbow, crossbow, a walnut quarterstaff, a noble longsword, the golden. So we have like a golden set here. So we have a bunch of golden stuff. We have a golden scale helmet, a golden crysknife, a golden broadsword, a golden hammer, golden pauldrons, a golden chain cowl, a golden buckler, a golden half plate, and then a bunch of elven stuff. So yeah, all kinds of really neat things. And a whole bunch of dwarf items there. Some ice items here that give you some defense to different ice attacks or might cause some ice attacks. All kinds of stuff. And I'm telling you, there are so many cards in this set. You would really need probably a pretty elaborate storage system to keep all of these cards. The Artificer's Guild. These are the cards that I really like. I really like the magical artifacts. And these will give you a whole bunch of different things. So these Glade Knight boots, they are for an elf. They are worn on your boots and you get +4 to your movement. So I think anything that has to do with an elf has this kind of border, this kind of leafy green border. We have Frostheart. While targeting a bear with this enchanted spear, you may add 1 additional die to your attack. It is only a one-handed. It's 2 dice there. A gladiator helm, a pumpkin head. Once per quest, you may trick a monster within line of sight into giving you a treat. Draw 1 treasure card. Oh man, that's super cool. Boots of jumping, ring of escape, the Wormbane. That's against dragons. Are there dragons in? I've never seen a dragon in Heroquest. Maybe that is some kind of fan-made expansion. I don't know. Lava Steel Dagger. It does fire damage. The Mithril Pauldrons, the Mithril Quarterstaff. So we do have some Mithril items there. Here we have some more elf items. The Light of Shatumal. 4 charges. At any time as a free action, you may spend a charge to absorb 1 point of mind damage. Once all charges are spent, the orb vanishes. Here we have a really cool bow here. While equipped, spend a charge to target a monster within line of sight and deal 1 damage. Target may defend by rolling a black shield. Once all charges have been spent, the bow vanishes. We have some Jarl's Warhorn, a Frost Ring, the Chosen One's Destiny, the Solstice Hair Ears, Dueling Scarf, Amulet of Wisdom, the Bloodsteel Pauldrons, the Shadow Steel Crown, more Mithril gear. So we have plate boots, a Mithril Warhammer, a Mithril Great Axe. You also have all of your costs down there for when you can go and visit the Alchemist Guild if you need to buy some of these. A Cloak of Phasing, the Talisman of the Glade, Talisman of the North, the Frost Bracelet, Gladiator Gauntlets, a Festive Fur Hat, Shadow Dust, a rare and expensive mixture of Shadow Weave Ash and Shadow Steel Shavings. Use at any time to become invisible and move through occupied spaces until the end of your turn. Bangles of Healing, Ring of Fire, Ring of Muscularity, an Arcane Wand, a Magic Blade, a Wraithbane, Lava Steel Pauldrons, Blood Steel Dagger, Shadow Steel Dagger, Mithril Halfplate, Mithril Hammer, and Mithril Dagger. Lots of Mithril stuff. He probably sent me a little booster pack of Mithril things. I know there are also smaller packs of like 18 or 20 cards. I think some of the decks are 52 cards, some are 40. There is just a ton of stuff in these expansions, and it all seems pretty cool. And then here we have a whole bunch of different cards for different types of potions. Potion of Reflex, and Phoenix Blood, Etten Mead, Potion of Sylvan Grace, Dread Humors, a Potion of Luck, a Potion of Quickening, and Potion of Echo, Wisp of Sylvan Grace, a Potion of Icy Rage, Elixir of Battle, so all kinds of different types of potions and elixirs and things there. I'm not quite sure where to find the ingredients for the potions. I need to track that down. It might be on the website, and I will post a link to that. So yeah, I think that's about it. Like I said, we will be seeing a lot of Heroquest. This is a game I'm going to return to many times and do lots of playing of Heroquest and starting up a little kind of mini solo campaign with a couple heroes using Axion Quest. Maybe I'll introduce the monk, or maybe I'll use maybe I'll bring in one of the new clerics, or maybe an assassin as a companion or something like that. I guess one of the best things about Heroquest is just all of the options we have with all of the fan-made material. It's all really fun to collect and look at and play with. Once again, the toy factor of Heroquest is really off the charts. So, all right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this look at some more additional Heroquest things. We will talk to you later. Bye-bye.